What's up, YouTube? Just want to make a quick video for you guys. Got a couple goodies for the Fairmont wagon. I guess I'll start with in order what I got first. So first thing I got is a radiator, an electric fan. It's actually out of my old Mustang that I sold to a buddy, and we worked deals back and forth and stuff, and I needed a radiator for the car. I forgot that I had the one in the other Fairmont, and they ended up giving me this, him and his dad. So I gave him stuff for their car just to help them out in general, and then this kind of gave it back, like gave this to me just in return for helping them out, basically. So that's how we work stuff. You know, if I have it, he needs it, and I'm not using it, he can have it, and vice versa. So that's how it's always been. He's even bought me stuff for my car when I didn't have the money and gifted it to me, basically. Real good friend of mine. So we got that radiator and fan for the car. That's one reason why I don't want to put electric fan on it right now, because this is going to go in after we do the 5-speed swap and fix the strut towers and stuff in the car. So I don't feel like pulling the radiator out of it now and putting this one in, or putting a fan on it when I got to put this one in anyway. Just more work. And the gain isn't much. It's about maybe 3/100ths of a second. So that's why I'm not really, they all add up. That's why it is going to eventually get it. It's just right now, it's more work than it's worth, essentially, at the moment. So moving on. Got these lower control arms, single adjustable, solid bushings. A buddy of mine, different friend, he had these, putting a Malibu wagon together, and we make stuff work. We use stuff in G bodies that are used in Fox bodies and things like that. So change brackets on rears and make all this stuff fit. So that way it's, if you need something for a G body and it has the Fox body stuff in it, we know guys that have Fox body stuff laying around. So he actually had these for sale. When my Explorer broke, he came out and towed my Explorer. And basically he just wanted gas and tolls, which might have been like $50 because I was over in PA. He's got a diesel. But he took the time out to come out and get me when he was out doing stuff. He dropped what he was doing, grabbed my trailer, came to PA, picked the truck up, brought it back to my house and unloaded it, parked the trailer, and let me do what I had to do so I could get my Hyundai Sonata. So I gave him $100, and he knew I wanted these. So he goes, well, you can take the control arms. So I was actually going to pay him. We agreed on $50 for these. I was going to give him $50 for these, and he said, don't worry about it. You already paid me for them. And he left them at my friend's house where I got the radiator from, because we're all good friends. And he gave me these. So you can look at it as I paid $50 for a tow and $50 for these. But in my mind, that tow was every bit worth of $100. I would have been having to pay somebody at least that for where I was and everything. So basically, in my mind, these are free. Gotta get the bushings for them. Just no big deal. I can probably make a set even. But I don't know what brand these are. But they're pretty well made, it looks like. And they'll do what I need them to do. So I might have to trim these ears a little bit to make them fit inside the brackets I'll be using, but no big deal. So, like I said, they'll work, they'll get the job done. They'll be good. And then last but not least, this is another buddy of mine. I got this from aluminum flywheel. It's only like 2 or 3 years old, but it's only got dyno time on it. And he was using it neutral balanced. It takes weights. You can see the holes drilled right there where the weight bolts to the flywheel. So I got to order the weights, which are $50. He gave this to me for free. I posted on Facebook looking for a flywheel, aluminum one. I like using an aluminum flywheel. I don't like using those heavy 40, 60, 80 pound flywheels. I just think that's hard on the crank. That's a lot of dead weight that you don't really need. You got a clutch and everything that goes on this. Now some guys, the theory is when you get this thing spinning, the more weight it has, the less it's going to bog. I like the bogging effect, especially if you're on a crappy surface. You can make the car bog out. If you got a car with torque and gear, it's not really that big of a problem. So for me, all day long, I like an aluminum flywheel. He actually offered me the clutch that he had with this setup, but it's for like 800 horsepower, and I was like, nah, don't even worry about that. I was like, I can't use it. I was like, I'll blow the stock T5 up the first test run up the street with that clutch in it. So going back to this guy, the first buddy, he's actually got a brand new AutoZone clutch in the box that he bought for his Fairmont wagon about 5 years ago or more. And he's said I could just have it. He has been sitting on the shelf, not doing anything. So that's pretty much everything I needed for the stick shift swap. I'm on the side if I'm going to buy a new cable or use the one that I have sitting here on the floor. Might use it for now. And then just buy a new cable, maybe keep it as backup. But we pretty much have everything to put the stick in the car now. I need to get the weights for this, $50. And then I got to put my transmission together. Needs a T-keys installed in it. So I got to do that. And like I said, we're going to be putting our cam in it. So this project has become very budget with all the parts that I've been blessed with. That's what it is. You don't meet these guys, you know, come across people in your life and stuff at times where it's just, God's blessed me with the right people. That's the best way to put it. So the guy that gave me the flywheel, knowing him on Facebook and stuff, we don't even hang out. But he saw I needed it. He goes, I'm not using it. I'm getting a flex plate. I mean, shoot, even I would have said, hey, if you want to buy me a flex plate, you know, take the flywheel. I'm cool with that. Nothing. You can have it. So it's not common to meet people that are that giving. But like I said, God's blessed me and put these people in my life where I'm able to do this stuff, and it helps me more than people think it does to get stuff done. This stuff isn't cheap. I mean, it's a $300 or $400 flywheel. These bars even are probably $180. This radiator, even though this is an older radiator, I mean, this new would probably be $700 with the fan and everything. You know, used it's probably $200 or $300. Easy $150 sitting here. Like these parts here, this is a $500. Looking at $500 in parts. If I had to pay out of pocket, even used, probably $100 for these, maybe $125. We bought a set for Mickey's car, and they were $125. They're sitting on the other side of the garage. I think I paid $125 for them. Of course, he gave me the money, but just saying, I bought them from the guy. This flywheel, these go online for anywhere from 150 to 250. So in this shape, I mean, you can still see the cross hatches in it. So it's got a little rust and stuff, but clean this up. This is a $200 part. So that's $325. And then, like I said, $150 for this. So $475 in crap. You know, easy. And I got it for free. And I even got the hardware for the clutch. So that saves me a little bit of money there too. So I'll have $50 into this after I buy the weights, but even still, having to buy the weights, this piece is still a $200 item used. I like I said, I see these going for anywhere from, the cheapest one I saw was $175. The person was firm on it; they wouldn't come down. And then I've seen them as high as $300. So all depends who you find, what they want for it, you know, what it's worth to somebody. But we saved a lot of money here. This is a big step in getting this car that much further together. So I really appreciate all these guys with their help. And then that drive shaft, I forgot I had that actually, but I could probably get this cut down. This is out of my Explorer. Probably going to end up using this. The guy that I junked the Explorer to, he ended up giving me that back. I told him, he goes, is there anything you want? I said, if you don't mind, I'd like the drive shaft and the rear if you're able to pull them. And he goes, well, I can get the drive shaft out. He goes, I don't know about the rear, but the drive shaft I can definitely get out for you. He pulled it out. I went there, picked it up. He's also the same fella that gave me the 26-inch tires that are sitting right there. So, came across a lot of good guys in my life through the years that, thank God, you know, because right now I'd be out of pocket, and honestly, I don't even have the money to afford this stuff at the moment. So, that's pretty much that, guys. That's everything I got so far. Last but not least, this digital shift light. I had this hooked up in the car. This one seemed to be accurate, but it had a problem. When I would hit 3,800 RPM, it'd start counting backwards with the car still revving up. Order a new one from Glow Shift because I find out it's a Glow Shift product. The new one it's like 1,000 RPM off. Now I have to verify that. I'm going to hook a tack up in the car. I think I got one sitting on the shelf. I don't know if it's good. I got another one that was in my car that's been sitting for quite some time, but I know it worked pretty decent. So I'm going to put a tack in the car. Not permanently, because I don't want a big monster tack in it. I wanted a digital light. I want to try one more thing with this, with the way it's wired, to see if it helps. I have a feeling it's not going to. I could be wrong. But, so far, not a fan. Customer service, however, is good at the moment. I called them. I told them this problem. They gave me a discount code to order a new one. 10% off, but still a company giving you a code to order something. And I bought that secondhand. I told the gentleman that. I was honest with him. I said, I bought it secondhand. You know, I'm having this problem with it. He said he never saw that problem before. But if I want to order a new one, here's a code. Da-da-da-da-da. Ordered a new one. Put it in. And now it's all over the place. RPM is up. It's delayed. It's laggy. I haven't seen the light even come on except for one time, I think. So, it's either one or two things. Maybe three. Crappy light, which I'm going with their crappy lights in the car and the better ones on my desk. Second, the way it's wired. Third, dirty ignition. because it's old Spark ignition. Probably it's a digital light. Probably works better with a digital style ignition or a better electronic ignition, whatever you want to say. Those are my theories on that. So, hopefully I can figure it out and get it working right and see RPM. I think that light is going to just get returned, and I'm probably going to end up trying to order an odometer because it is so bright. It's actually blinding trying to drive down the road with that thing in my face. So I don't know if I can get an odometer one. I don't know if they dim or if they're any dimmer than that. I was actually going to take the glass out of that and tint it if it worked, which it didn't, so I guess I'm not doing that. But I guess worst case, that's what I'll have to do if it's still too bright after I get another one. So, like I said, for now, I'm going to hook a tack up in it, check the accuracy, and return that. So I try to tell you guys good products, bad products, whatever it is. If I can get away with something cheaper, I'll try it. Like that thing was $60 opposed to $200. That's the difference between an odometer one and a glow shift one. Cheaper's not always better though. I mean, the first one I bought in a bundle of lights, it was like $20. I got that light, 2 big shift lights, and I think a small one. So wasn't a bad deal necessarily, because I still got other shift lights, which I'm going to use with the tack for the time being. I'm going to try to put the tack somewhere where it's not drilled to the dash until I can put a shift light, what I want in the car, a digital shift light setup. So I got a couple different options I'm working on for that. I even thought about just a regular little shift light on the steering column, and then getting like a custom gauge made where it has the tack, the fuel, like a multi-gauge that will go in the dash. But I gotta look at stuff and see what they make and what they offer and everything. So I found a company that has a multi-gauge, but it didn't have a tack in it, but it had all the other stuff I wanted. I think it was oil pressure, water temp, fuel level, and volts. It was 4 gauges in one. It's like $300, but I really want all the gauges in the dash on this. So thinking about maybe getting like a GPS speedo and a tack in one if they make it, and putting the 2 gauges in a factory dash, trying to make it look as factory appearing as possible. But that's my plan for that. So kind of went way off subject with this. I apologize, but that glow shift thing, I definitely wanted to at least warn you guys. Some of their stuff's nice. Even their shift light it's nice. It's just what you're getting might not be the best product, is all I'm trying to say, I guess. So just buy with caution when you buy it. It does have a warranty on it. So I just don't feel like wiring 15 shift lights into the car. So there's that, guys. Now that being said, I'm going to let you guys go till next time. Thanks for watching. If you like this stuff, like and subscribe if you're new. And until next time, catch you later.